Hey folks, Nick Harrington here. Today is Wednesday, April 26, 2023. This is this week's and kind of last week's fishing report here from the Pierre, South Dakota area, but also to kind of kick off this week's fishing report, Mason Props and I had our first Nebraska Walleye Trail tournament this past weekend down on Sherman Reservoir. Bite was interesting. Pre-fish was tough. Night out pre-fish was tough. We had 2 days of windy, and then it got, actually took the opposite one a tournament does, is actually got nice, and the wind died for tournament days. So that was a pleasant change. There's, I think the biggest takeaway is you can tell there's a lot of those nice slot fish in there. So Sherman has a protected 20 to 28 inch minimum. You have to put those fish back unless they're 28 inches. And a lot of folks reported catching 24s, 25s, 26s, even 27s. So a lot of big fish in the system, just not the right big fish for that type of tournament. Mason and I took kind of a different approach. We were trying to jig in an area away from the field. Started really good. Mason got one on his first cast and missed one his second. We had one shortly after, and then we just couldn't get those fish to go. They were off and on. But yeah, it's fun little fishery. It was fun to be down there. Great circuit, Nebraska Walleye Trail. Check them out. A lot of great folks down there, but I'm a little biased towards how nice Nebraska people are and how cool they are. That's just me. But anyways, transitioning up here to Lake Sharpe here in Pierre. Last night, Tuesday night, was our first Tuesday night league of the year here in Pierre. Bite was tough. 12 teams zeroed, I believe. We had a couple teams catch one, and then I believe the top 5 all had multiple fish. We brought one. It was good enough for a 5th place finish, and like I said, everybody above us had more than that. But it's tough out there. I mean, it's really tough, and now we kind of turn our attention to still Lake Sharpe and the Lake Sharpe Showdown. That's going to be this weekend. That's hosted by the fishing crew and Pierre Area Chamber. As we film this fishing report right now, the weather's changing. A front just moved through. We had some wind. We had some rain. Looks like that's going to be what we see Thursday, and then some wind Friday, and even through the tournament this Saturday, Sunday. But going to be one you grind out. Weights probably won't be quite what you'd expect out of a Sharpe tournament, just because the water's still pretty dirty. We're not pumping near as much water as what we're used to fishing in, what usually has good fishing. But we're excited for it. We're gonna see how the bite goes. We'll try a lot of different stuff, and we're excited to see how this tournament plays out. Overall, good fishing, folks.